Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Hope's manipulation. Carter wants love so bad he'll bend to anything. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers show that Hope Logan, Annika Noelle, and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, are the hot new couple on the show, with plans to take over Forrester Creations for themselves and get back at everyone who doubted them. Hope is clearly pulling the strings and Carter seems to be going along with it. Even though if Carter were to stage a coup on the company, it would go against his best friend Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and probably ruin their friendship. Not to mention Steffy Forrester's Jacqueline MacInnes Wood reaction to everything. So, why is Carter going along with everything? Is he really seeking love that badly? Carter has always been on the short end of relationships. Except for the time he left his to-be wife at the altar for Quinn Fuller, Rena Sofer, only for her to end up leaving town shortly after. Despite Carter typically being the good guy, he is often worked over and perhaps he's tired of it. It wouldn't take long for him to realize that he's not getting what he wants while playing the good guy, so why not begin listening to Hope and doing what she wants? Hope knows what she is doing, and we fear that she is simply leading Carter on to use him for her little plan. Even if it's successful, we foresee Hope ditching Carter quicker than she picked him up. There's many fans that only want Hope and Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, together, and it could be because they're both equally manipulative. Consider this. Perhaps the reason Hope and Thomas get on so well together is because they're both equally crazy and manipulative. They're like the Joker and Harley Quinn, a dynamic duo of manipulation. Carter doesn't realize the ride he got a ticket for, but he's buckled in and the first loopy-loop is coming up. He's either going to completely transform and leave his nice guy persona behind or realize that Hope has been controlling him for her personal gain. Then, what comes from him? Does he retaliate or let it be? What do you think? Could Hope and Carter actually do a good job if they get the company? Share your thoughts and remember to keep watching the CBS soap to see what happens next. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Hope's manipulation. Carter wants love so bad he'll bend to anything in the glitzy, tension-filled world of The Bold and the Beautiful. Emotions often run as high as the stakes. Hope Logan's Annika Noelle, carefully curated image of innocence and virtue might be on the verge of crumbling, as manipulation seeps into her every move. Meanwhile, Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, finds himself teetering on the edge of desperation, his longing for love threatening to blind him to the warning signs all around him. Hope's new game plan. Hope has always been known as the moral compass of the Logan family, but recently, her entanglement with Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, revealed a darker side. The chemistry she denied for so long has bubbled to the surface, leaving her marriage to Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, on shaky ground. While she outwardly claims to want stability, Hope secretly thrives on the chaos she creates. And now, with Liam's trust wavering, Hope has begun manipulating those around her to tilt the odds in her favor. Her first target? Carter Walton. Hope knows Carter is vulnerable, having endured one heartbreak after another. His failed relationships with Zoe Buckingham, Quinn Fuller, and Paris Buckingham have left him emotionally drained. Hope sees Carter as a pawn in her chess game, a means to an end. If she can divert attention from her questionable actions with Thomas, she'll be free to explore her desires without consequence. Hope approaches Carter under the guise of friendship, her tone gentle but her intentions razor-sharp. She offers him words of comfort about his romantic misfortunes, positioning herself as a kindred spirit who understands the pain of unfulfilled love. Little does Carter know, Hope's words are as calculated as they are comforting. Carter, you deserve someone who sees you for the incredible man you are, Hope says one afternoon at Forrester Creations, her hand lightly touching his. Someone who will put you first, no matter what. Her words resonate deeply with Carter, whose loneliness has reached unbearable levels. He begins to see Hope as more than a colleague, perhaps even a confidant who might guide him toward the happiness he's been chasing. Carter's desperate gamble. Carter has always been the type to fall hard and fast, and his vulnerability makes him an easy target for manipulation. Despite his outward composure, Carter is desperate to fill the void in his life. He yearns for a connection so badly that he's willing to overlook red flags, even when they're glaring. Hope's newfound attention toward him feels like a lifeline. He starts convincing himself that maybe, just maybe, she could be the one. After all, Hope is everything he admires in a partner: compassionate, driven, and beautiful. He doesn't see her manipulation, he only sees her kindness. But Carter's inner circle begins to take notice. Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, pulls him aside during a meeting, his concern palpable. "Carter, don't you think it's odd how Hope's been spending so much time with you lately?" Ridge asks, his brow furrowed. "She's married, and she's got enough drama with Liam and Thomas as it is." Carter brushes off the warning, convinced that Ridge is misinterpreting the situation. "Hope's just being a friend," he insists. "She sees the good in people. Maybe that's something we could all learn from." Hope's web tightens. As Hope continues to play her part, her manipulation becomes more apparent to those watching from the sidelines. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, ever protective of her daughter's reputation, confronts Hope about her intentions. "Hope, what are you doing with Carter?" Brooke demands, her tone sharp. "He's vulnerable right now, and you know it. Are you using him to distract from what's going on with Thomas?" Hope's smile is disarming, but there's a flicker of defiance in her eyes. "Mom, I'm just being a friend to Carter. He needs someone to lean on, and I'm happy to be that person." But Brooke isn't convinced. She knows her daughter better than anyone and senses the undercurrent of manipulation in her actions. "Just be careful, Hope," she warns. "You're playing with fire, and someone's going to get burned." A dangerous union. Despite the growing unease around them, Hope and Carter's bond deepens. Hope begins to test the waters, dropping subtle hints about her dissatisfaction with Liam and her complicated feelings for Thomas. She doesn't outright confess her intentions, but her words are carefully chosen to make Carter feel special, as though he's the one person who truly understands her. For Carter, the attention is intoxicating. He's been searching for validation for so long that he ignores the whispers of doubt in the back of his mind. Hope's manipulation works perfectly, drawing him closer with every passing day. But Carter isn't the only one falling for Hope's charm. Thomas, ever the romantic dreamer, starts to believe that he and Hope are destined to be together. The triangle becomes a ticking time bomb, with Carter unwittingly caught in the crossfire. The breaking point: things come to a head during a Forrester Creations event. Liam, determined to win back Hope's trust, surprises her with a heartfelt speech in front of their family and friends. But instead of being moved, Hope feels trapped. Her manipulative web has grown too tangled, and she knows she can't keep up the facade forever. As Liam pours his heart out, Carter watches from the sidelines, his expression a mix of admiration and confusion. He's starting to piece together the puzzle, realizing that Hope might not be as innocent as she seems. The evening ends in chaos when Thomas confronts Hope, accusing her of leading him on. "You can't keep playing games with people's hearts, Hope," Thomas says, his voice shaking with emotion. "First me, now Carter. How far are you willing to go?" Hope's mask slips for a moment, revealing the cold calculation beneath. "I never promised you anything, Thomas," she snaps. "Maybe you should stop reading into things that aren't there." Carter's awakening. For Carter, Thomas's words are a wake-up call. He starts to see Hope's actions in a new light, recognizing the manipulation he's been blind to for weeks. The realization is painful, but it's also freeing. Carter knows he deserves better than to be someone's pawn, no matter how much he craves love. The next day, Carter confronts Hope in her office, his tone resolute. "Hope, I don't know what game you're playing, but I'm not going to be a part of it anymore. I thought we had something real, but now I see that I was just a means to an end." Hope tries to defend herself, but Carter's mind is made up. He walks away, determined to focus on his own happiness rather than chasing after someone who doesn't value him. The fallout: as Hope's manipulation comes to light, her relationships with those around her begin to unravel. Liam, Thomas, and even Brooke start to question her motives, leaving Hope more isolated than ever. Meanwhile, Carter embarks on a journey of self-discovery, vowing to find love on his own terms rather than settling for less than he deserves. The question now is whether Hope will learn from her mistakes, or if she's destined to repeat them in her quest for control. One thing is certain: in the high-stakes world of the bold and the beautiful, the fallout from Hope's actions will leave no one unscathed.